Hi, my name is Joe, and today we're going to look into the Swedish Duo Flip Trick. And if you're not familiar with the Swedish Duo Flip Trick, you're in for a real treat, so let's go. So the Swedish Duo Flip Trick is a way to work really fast with your clients on stage, but it only works if you have quite few channels coming from the stage. So it's typically a duo. So you have the main artist who sings, and you have maybe someone playing the piano and singing backing vocals. And in this example, that's exactly what we have. Normally, you will set things up kind of like this. You have the piano, you have the backing vocal microphone, and you have the main vocal microphone. And I have two reverbs here as well. Quite often, I guess you, just like me, will find ourselves doing both front of house mix and the mix for the artist up on stage. And so during the sound check, we will work on the main PA sound, but as well we will do the wedges for the main artist and for the pianist. And as you see here, I have to go back and forth between all of these, or rather both of these aux sends, and then in order to come back to the main PA, I have to exit out of this one. So that takes, in my opinion, too long. Instead, I duplicate all the channels. The blue ones, these are the channels going to the PA, and that's what the audience hear. The yellow ones are duplicates of the input channels, but these only goes to the wedge monitor for the pianist, and the red ones also duplicates from the inputs, but these only go to the vocalist. On a typical sound check scenario, you will have things running. The main artist will ask for some more piano, and before they have even said piano, you can turn up the piano in their wedge. Just as well as the pianist asked for less lead vocals. Well, you have it at everything at your fingertip without having to switch back and forth between aux sends. And also, if you need to ride things, if during the show the pianist perhaps is really hammering on things, so you have to turn it down in the PA, you might as well need to turn it out in the artist's wedge to compensate for the hard hitting pianist. So you have everything at your fingertips, both for the PA and for both wedge systems. So let's have a look at how to set this up. It's really simple. Let me just turn off all of these so we don't get confused, and by we I mean I. Normally you will need to do a pre-fader send, meaning that you're sending to the wedge pre-fader. So no matter what you're doing with these faders, the level going to the stage will stay the same. In this case, we will actually do the opposite. So for the vocalist, I will send all of these channels at unity gain post fader. And for the pianist, all of these channels post fader. Meaning that when I move things up and down here, it will affect the volume in the wedge. It's really as simple as that. But the reason I said that this works for 3 or 4 channels is, well, I have 16 faders, so I don't really have room on the fader bank. I could, of course, use another layer, but then again, we're back to flipping back and forth, and the whole point is getting away from flipping back and forth between layers. So another benefit from working like this is that I have separate control over absolutely everything. So the blue channels go into the PA. This one has their own plugins. All of the channels go into the pianist. I can do whatever I want in these channels. The same thing for the main artist. So it's super flexible. You can work fast with the volumes. With EQ and compression, you actually in this case get 3 times the work since every channel will show up 3 times. But I don't find that to be a problem at all. Before the artists show up, you would get kind of close with some EQ settings and some compressor settings, and then I find I work mostly with volumes, and with this setup it's super fast. So yeah, I hope this helps, and as always, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll be happy to answer anything I can.